Checking. Good morning.
My project just fell to the floor.
Uh-oh. Wait, what am I doing? We can't knit and talk, apparently. Hey.
Apparently
What are you
not.
working
I'm
on?
working on holiday slipover.
I have
which we'll talk
mine
about in a minute.
too, but I am, I've been requested by my grandson Silas to make him a scarf. Now, he doesn't really know the difference between a scarf and a cowl. Alice doesn't want a scarf. She wants a cowl because she knows a scarf will get lost on the playground.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sent a picture of this to him this morning, and he apparently looked at it. His eyes got big. He said, "Wow," and then promptly fell on the floor in shock and awe about how wonderful it was. And then he said, "Thank you, Nana."
We all need that reaction.
I
to our
know,
Really?
I know. So I'm basically making him a cowl version of my pixelated beanie. So it's pretty easy because I'm using the Lang Soho. So
Lots of color.
I'm just treating it just like the pattern, but not, I'm just switching out between these two skeins. And so it's really fun. It just creates this really bright, colorful
Lots
mix.
of color.
Yeah. So if anybody is interested in doing the pattern, I will gift you the pattern for free because I can do that because it's my own thing. So if anybody wants to do the pixelated with the Soho, it's all yours.
Okay.
So
Would it only be like a kid size thing though? A 4-year-old size?
no, because what do you mean?
Well, I mean, do you have size adjustments?
Well, they
for
can just
cowls?
use the pattern in here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I did the medium size here. I cast on the 96. But
You would let everyone know.
Yeah, it's just a combination of like 4 stitches, so they
Okay.
can make it as big as they want.
Cool. Well, it
Yeah.
looks like it will go with his entire wardrobe.
I know, he requested red, green, yellow, and blue. So I'm like, I got the yarn just for that.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
Well, very cool.
Yeah, he'll like that.
Fun. Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Good job,
we're
Grandma.
moving along on this holiday slipover.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we're what? Not quite halfway through February.
I know, like, we could still do more if we wanted to. This is number 3 for me, and I love my gray one. I like my blue one. I feel like I'm going to love my... what have we decided? It's not orange, it's
Orange, pink.
salmony brown.
Yeah, it's pretty. Very pretty.
I love
Yeah,
yours,
are
too.
we supposed to talk about those yet? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay.
I know.
Okay. Yes. Well, so we gave away a gift card last Friday. We'll do it again
Yep.
this week.
Yep.
And Cindy got hers. That was fun.
She picked it up.
Yeah, she said thank you very much. She said I never win anything, so that was cool. We had a fun gathering Friday night.
Yeah, it was fun. We had quite a little group here. Plenty to drink.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
chips?
Yeah, we had some chips,
Well,
but
we kind of have chips every day for
like it's kind of like chips over. We've overdone it probably.
Well, yeah.
It's
Anyway.
always like 3 in the afternoon. We're like,
Yeah. Oh, look, a bag of chips.
look, there's
It's
chips.
The mini bag. So-
What are we gonna do when all the chips are gone? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting.
We might
honestly,
lose a couple pounds.
I'm not. I don't want to say I'm tired of chips, but
I
they've
know.
lost their luster like every day. Anyway.
Well, I'm not crazy about jalapeno, and I'm not crazy about salt and vinegar. And I like barbecue, but I didn't love the honey barbecue. So I really am okay with the original.
That's funny. No, it's been fun. So,
Yeah, we've had a lot of people. So they a couple people
Are
have
working on
finished.
their
They're
number
working
2.
on number 2. Somebody bought enough for 3. So it's
Those are
true
the ones-
apparently.
Yeah, you can't knit just one. Those people are going into the pool for whoever knits the most.
Yes, we mentioned that to
that's
to
just a
Wendy,
little-
and she sort of like, okay, well, let me get some more.
No, so it's been fun. It is. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the whole
too.
You're
project.
knitting Sue with
I am
wool
knitting with
and-
Big Wool and Alpaca Classic, so both Rowan yarns. Coming right along.
Yeah, we had a little meetup with Rowan yesterday, and they were excited when we told them we were selling out of some of their yarns because
Yeah.
because of this particular sweater.
Yeah, no, that's been good. And we have, there's some new colors of Big Wool coming.
I know,
4 new
they're
colors.
so
They are
pretty.
very,
They're so
very,
pretty.
Very pastel. Beautiful for spring.
So I'm using,
imagining the display already.
I know,
yeah.
because they're matching some of their new mohairs too with it.
yeah.
it's going to be really
Yeah.
luscious.
Fun.
So yeah, I'm using Lang Krish, which is this fun like stretchy wool, and then Rowan, the felted tweed
The color.
color. So that's the ones that kind of change colors.
Gradient.
That's why if you notice on here, you'll see a little color change. So
Looks good.
I think so too.
Looks very good. So then again, on Friday, March 4th, the next late night Friday, we will have a little show and tell.
Yep.
Fashion show.
Yeah,
thingy.
fashion show. See how everybody
Because
wears them.
the nice thing, I mean, I never want to say your deadline for a knit along, deadline. I don't like that idea. But these are really quick
fun
projects.
and simple. Yep.
So we are pretty sure that most people can come, if you've done one, can come on that Friday. If you're in town, whatever, come, wear your vest.
Yep.
Bring
It'll
it
be
on
fun.
the needles if it's
Yeah.
not done.
Exactly. Yes.
We've
And
had
yeah.
a few people in for a few helps on picking up stitches and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
we're here for you. Okay.
So
yay.
one thing we did last week on our email where we had sort of a surprise giveaway
Popped
at the end. So
in.
it pays to look at your emails. You just never know what surprises we'll put in there. But we put also that we wanted some yarn advice.
What's the best yarn advice you've ever gotten was our question.
Yep.
And so we got some great responses. So we thought we would just share a lot of those for you today. Because, it's always fun to hear what other people have to say.
All right.
Because usually we agree.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So our first response was, and winner of it was the Madeline Tosh.
Right. That was our...
That was the prize, was winning a skein, was Wendy. And her advice was always buy the extra skein. And I have always said, buying that extra skein is your insurance skein, and it's the cheapest insurance you will ever have to buy or get to buy, and actually return if you don't use it.
That's right.
Because
So, and
if
the
you
reason
don't,
would be so you don't play yarn chicken.
And we know that is a terrible game to play. And
Ooh, it's nerve-wracking.
yeah, as far as knitting goes, that's the one thing where you can it's like a thriller movie. You're not sure how it's going to end. You're going to pray that you're actually going to have enough yarn to hopefully weave ends in too.
Yeah.
It's not worth the stress.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
Because sometimes, lots of times, that particular yarn is out, different dye lot. Most of the time, it's like the yarn's gone. You go back 2 months later and, the shop is out of the yarn. So that is great advice. We definitely agree.
We got it from several people. That was
Right.
their best
It
advice,
is.
and it's true.
Buy the extra skein.
Buy the
Buy the
insurance
extra
skein, we call it.
Okay. We got another suggestion from Anne, and that was to put your Angora yarn in the freezer to prevent it from being sticky while you work with it.
Now,
So-
I'm not sure this has been scientifically proven, but
We've also read that this will prevent Angora from shedding. So Angora, the beautiful bunny fur. This Angora that we have is from Annie Blatt. So a company that actually has gone out of business, but the bunnies were always brushed and not killed to get their fur. So that's great. We still have some. But anyway, put it so you can see this halo. Putting it in the freezer supposedly helps that, and I think that might work with mohairs too. Anyway,
yeah,
Yeah,
like
let
we
us
said,
know in the
not
chat if you've heard
scientifically proven, but if you've done it and it works, we want to hear about
yeah.
it.
So anyway, yay Angora, and thank you, Anne. Okay.
Well, Sonia told us that you should spend money on good needles. And I do believe that is true because I have worked with some inferior needles when I first began, and it was a headache. No offense to Clover, but I have used some Clover circulars in the past where the join wasn't very good. There was like a little nub. And if you are a tight knitter, that will be hell to pay because
Your hands will hurt.
yes, trying to push the yarn over it and everything like that. So we, of course, we love the needles that we carry. We would never carry a needle we didn't like. But we have a few great options as far as needle sets, which is an awesome thing to treat yourself to. Because the nice thing about these is they have a smooth join. These are interchangeables, so I can't really open these, but this is the new Cipra. These are the copper interchangeables. And,
Beautiful.
They are
you can't
beautiful.
tell on video. They're gorgeous.
they're shiny and beautiful, and they just feel nice on your fingers. And then with the join, I think that's the most important thing is the join from the cable to your needle. But of course, you want your needles to be nice and smooth so your yarn doesn't catch. And you don't want your needles, the cables, to disconnect from your needle, and that part.
Well,
is
right. The sign of a good tool, really, for knitting for needles, I think, is that join, especially with with a circular needle. You want it to be smooth. You want the cable itself that connects the needles to not be tight and coiled up. You want it to be nice and flexible but strong. Anyway, so these companies that we carry have done all that research. It's not like we're inventing it.
No, but we've kind of researched too to make sure that the needles that we're carrying, are like that.
So it's not. Don't skimp on those. I mean, good tools. I think everyone agrees.
And sometimes when you're adding up everything in one project, and that might include some needles. I always like to take the needle cost out because you get to use those on a multitude of other projects. So,
what about this crochet set?
yeah,
That's
and
a nice
actually,
one.
the same goes
gorgeous.
for crochet hooks. Once you try some of these ergonomic handles, you're gonna see how nice they are, and then the tips of these are nice and smooth, but they have like a little, just the right point, so you can get right in there and get your yarn hooked right in there, so you don't have to waste extra time trying to get the yarn on your hook.
Yeah.
So
to have customers give us that's good. It's not just us telling you that. It's customers.
that's right.
Okay. Use a magic. Okay, Melissa said use a magic circle when starting a crochet project, so it makes a nice tight little ring when you start. So magic circle in crochet. You don't want to have a small hole at the top.
I'm not a crocheter by trade, but I have done the magic
enough
circle.
to be dangerous.
Yes. yeah. Don't ask me to help you, really. But I could steer you the wrong way. But I have done the magic circle on a few little tiny projects, and yeah, it does. It works.
It's a good way to start.
For a novice, I would say it's a little hard to master, but once you get it, you got it. So. And it's
I bet
you
we
would
can
always
get
go
a
to.
whole little workshop on that with Jennifer.
We probably do.
Okay. All right, that's that one. Good advice.
Well, this one can seem fairly obvious to anyone, but watching us, but quality yarn means a quality project. So there's so many reasons to use a quality yarn. If you're going to spend hours and hours on a project that you hope will last a long time, choosing a really good quality yarn is paramount.
Just for the health of your hands, just for the enjoyment
the process
of the experience.
of knitting and crocheting, you're touching the yarn. I mean, just touching a good wool or a good fiber makes all the difference in the world.
And we have had customers say, "Oh, I got this yarn from wherever, and it's falling apart."
And it hurt my hands.
So, and there were like a billion knots in it. So anyway, the falling apart thing is not cool.
Yeah, and let's be honest, we sometimes have people come in with projects that need to get repaired, and we do our best. But I can't tell you how many projects with some inferior yarns have crossed our doors with lots of holes, and they're
and
hard
by the
to
same
fix.
token, we've had projects come in for repair. That were done with quality materials. In 1975, they still look brand new.
Yeah.
There's just been a hole in it. I mean, it really is amazing. So
It really is. So don't
don't
skimp on your yarn. Get the best yarn that you can afford.
And if that means you only, you do one thing a year, that's great.
Or maybe you just do one really, good, quality wool project. And then we have great yarns all over the store at all different price points. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And that is the nice thing about having a local yarn store.
Right. Again, and I would say that anywhere you are, if there's a local yarn store, they're going to be carrying quality things, I think.
At all price points.
Yeah. So support that. Okay.
All right.
Kendra, thank you. Pick a project you love over what seems easy. Challenge yourself. All right, Kendra, good advice. So there's always something new to learn with crocheting and knitting. And we have our Raise Your Bar Challenge. There's a blog that has the list of our challenges for the community. So again, we've talked about it recently a lot.
And there's a lot of good reasons to challenge yourself. For the old brain up here, it's really good to have new skills, just to get that eyes and hands all coordinated together. And
okay.
So,
and so we're using the challenge, personal challenges, to help us get our class list going this year. And so brioche was mentioned quite a few in challenges. And we have a series of 3 brioche classes. The first one is next Saturday. It's full.
And that was your basic brioche boot camp.
And we'll be offering it again.
Right.
And then the next one is brioche tune-up with Kim Hayes. And that one is full
almost
almost
if
full.
Not full, yeah.
And then we do have space if you have any brioche experience, or maybe you're going to take Shannon's class next Saturday and you'll say, oh my gosh, I want to do this. So we have a full day workshop with Kim. She designed this
absolutely stunning,
oh my goodness,
shawl, and she this walked the Vogue knitting runway.
It did. She submitted it for a Vogue magazine contest for brioche. So Kim's workshop is going to cover it's going to cover brioche increases and decreases. She has a smaller version of this kind of a wrap,
right?
Little poncho. We need to post the picture
of. Oh, right, because we had one of our customers, Katie. Yes, she did a beautiful brioche.
She took Kim's workshop and then completed this beautiful poncho.
So whether or not you think you know all about about brioche, you will be able to learn some new tips from Kim. So
you always do, and that's good advice too. Take a class.
It's nice to be self-taught, but it's nice to have an expert at your
Kim learned from Nancy Marchand. So, and she also has designed a lot of brioche things. So I think that she's got really, she's designed this.
Right. And
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's really beautiful. Okay, so challenge yourself. All right, Kathy. That's good advice. Keep a small project in your bag when traveling.
And so,
in a tiny bag.
But it's nice because, not just traveling. You could be traveling from cross town because maybe you have to stay in your, wait for kids at school, or you have to wait for doctor appointments. There's a million reasons why you have to sit in your car. And so it's awesome to have, you don't even have to think about bringing another project, because if you have a car project, it's perfect. So, a little bag like this. These are cool. I love this is Cocoa Knits, and it has different snaps so you can have your yarn coming out of it wherever you want.
This is perfect for fitting a small project. Skein of sock yarn.
Yep, socks. Some sock needles will fit in there perfectly.
Tuck it in your bag.
We've got tons of little bag options, and with all these snaps, your yarn is not going anywhere. No little fingers are going to get in there. No little paws are going to get in there. Which kind of reminds me, one of the gals that wrote us said, "Don't believe that your cat is asleep, because when you turn your back, your project will be all over the floor." So good reason to keep it in a little project bag.
True. Yeah. This Bagoo zip set is nice. It's 3 different sizes. We're not going to take it apart. We've talked about them before, but they're good. And then we also have this Go pouch set, which is fun. So they have a little gusset. Those are great. Okay. Travel. Have a little, and Kathy actually said put it in a baggie so that it's in your,
Right. So, I suppose too. If you have it in one little bag, you can switch it to other bags too.
Sure.
So.
Just grab it, tuck it in there. So that's great. And waterproof.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Sharon.
Now hers, I have seen this. I've heard about people making sure that they don't wind their yarn too early before their project. Her advice is you wind your yarn, but then you rewind it again so it doesn't get too tight. So it kind of loosens it up so you're not going to work with yarn that's been overstretched.
Yeah.
I've never come
I
gone
don't
to
think
that,
your
but
local yarn shop would like you to ask for that service.
Yeah.
That's
but if we wind it for you, you're certainly welcome to wind it
Wind
again
it
at
yourself.
home.
We will wind it once.
Sometimes
We will
it's
wind it
easier
once.
to do it that way too.
We also sell ball winders and swifts.
Oh yeah, here's our ball winder.
Some people tell us, no, don't wind it. I want to do it at home.
Yeah, some people love that. And honestly,
Sorry, I tried to catch it.
a lot of people, when they are, they're pretty enthralled with the ball winder and the Swift. Everybody comes in, they've got it. Oh my God, that's the coolest thing ever. I want that. But usually they're pointing to the ball winder. And I always tell everybody what you really need to have the Swift before the ball winder, because you could have the ball winder, which is awesome. You got to have yourself winding that, but then you still have to have somebody holding your. If you have the Swift, you can put your yarn around it, and you can just do this, and it goes really fast.
You can use the waffle winder from Trinkles.
Swift first before the ball winder.
Yep, that's first.
Yep.
So, okay.
Paula
Don't wind it
summed
too
all
softly.
up.
Yep.
Paula, that was funny. Buy it all.
I don't think we need to say too much about that.
We agree. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that was fun.
is that?
Yeah. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you all.
If you guys have any other advice, we'd sure like to hear it.
Yep.
Email us anytime.
Okay.
yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All right,
Have
see
a
you
great
later.
day. Bye.